Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, or see them yopo.
I
discipline myself.
Yeah.
For the sake of the company.
But where can it be found?
And they be no found me you already.
Upeni for the be no found.
Nipa be say 5. I could prove say one that me you already. Obano co school cry. Obanya the grace cry no. Ye na da all the answer. And onya the grace always say abontin. Enti okay tan the trump card. Na say. No na dance.
About for we. Upeni for no my.
That na wo bremu o management. Say ye di ba na ye di kwa.
Enti that say continuous assessment.
Your friend no Umaru Diko. Umaru Diko. Say ye diko. But the way the bank was closed, I'm sure people you heard about it. And Opa Hemachi before 6, not police for any media for I call ama yebubu UT signages into senior Bosumbia Yachin Serbia Akofo Obiri.
Enema o bank no cry a collapse.
Mainly hard facts, but it's interesting because these are so-called Akyem people, and I'm an Akyem man, and I was friends with all of them. So for them to come to power and do what they did without even consult the Kofi Bertrand say, "Lose how your bank is going bad," and you know whatever. What you say, personal hatred or an agenda.
I get back also a person mum penny for say no. Ha youth na dream pa one more say especially a man obi akọ school enye nimde no money ade otu be say we say no or you professional wa beg you wo seek for job no money ade but answer na sabeka job no mum pedifo no mo pese mo ne da say the odi kaka de say you know e be den stop it because the moment stop no the moment say nyoma we say no ebe kokoso no obo say nipa no to me coffee ma tete stories bi obi to be coffee pa no akofa aduro no wamu akofa aduro ku no ho ni ade no obi won say obi a no won ko school a won nim adwuma no mu kura no wanya adwuma no because pay mo no e den nada
asa o question nye fe oba no ko school kura obanya ne grace kura no ye nada all the answer and onya ne grace always say abontin enti okita the trump card na say university for asa no be degree kura no yare no na dance
about for we before no my
and that na wo bremu o management say ye di ba na ye di kwa
enti that say continuous assessment
your friend no Umaru Diko Umaru Diko say ye di ko
enti enya dia beka
no you see let me say something. If any institution or system will work, it depends on the leader. Now, at UT, we had a HR policy. So you do not make amorous approaches to any staff because we are creating a family.
Yeah.
Now, maybe it's a family there. Ophobia, incest. Now, when I put that policy in place, it means that me, I will never sleep with any UT staff because I'm not above the law.
Okay.
And I did not sleep with one who's fair.
Come up. I
did not sleep with one.
Now you also select your one for interviews.
And then, you know, me man ibinu. Send I am a young sukakra. Now, I discipline myself.
Yeah.
For the sake of the company.
But where can it be found?
And they be no found me you already.
Upeni for the be no found.
Nipa be say 5. I could prove say one that me you already.
Because when you be
the reason why I put that policy in place is that just as you are saying, Obane pejuma kra, why you look nipa be training better answer.
Yeah.
Onya pejuma mu so appraiser, promotion, ni ade nyina be na because they are not sleeping with them or because they are sleeping with them, then that determines it. And I had to eradicate that from the system, and it was done. So we are number one tier there. But since you know the company policy the lady can say it's a master passion measurement me. And the man can't force it because me tia unity. You know, so everything starts with the leadership. The corruption, everything which is in Ghana made me stop is from the leadership. I mean listen, I can go on, but one thing which irritates me most of the time is the way we don't keep time.
To work.
To work to every place.
Okay.
This can be changed by the president in a day. Within 2 weeks, Ghanaians will respect time.
Catch me.
If the president keeps all appointments on time, and he sanctions his ministers who don't report on time for meetings or whatever, and then and holds them responsible to make sure that when subordinates are reporting on time, it will be solved. But we have a situation where the minister or the president, in this case, is late about 2 hours. And I'm saying this on authority. Because I said, or him be, I'm sorry, national anthem, or President Bufuye.
Yeah.
Or him apologize, but in his apology, can I say, apology was see, I bet now 2 hours as a president. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
So, 2 hours now, one man gathering in our transit.
Not so they drew so.
Exactly. You know, but if the president will be there on time and insist that things move on time, the ministers make sure things. This will stop. And yet they're thing. And then when we appoint people, we don't hold them accountable for anything. Take passport office, for example. As a guru boys need doing that. We have a system in place. You know, as a head of passport, how long will it take for you to give every Ghanaian who apply for a passport? On Kasebe, 2 months or 1 month. Put it out there. The Ghana need be 2 months or 1 month who apply when you have a passport. If that's adhered to, I don't know how to line for him. I could to a guru boy. If it's not adhered to, not say head to not say 2 months or 10, obey ready because mandate the man one fulfill. It's a matter of applying the system, the processes, and yes, me offer me pastor there be. We are all supposed to be respected equally, but not African leaders, not African. In fact, the people who are being led, grant say opening the own CC system. So you try respecting the people down there. When you want to love them and respect them, you have a problem. That is why I come back to this Speaker of Village Foundation. You should know the people you are leading.
Yeah.
You should know their aspirations and you should know their traditions and culture and everything. Because if you come with a normal caring for them and trying to develop them and loving them and things, you will fail because they will not respond the way you expect normal human beings to respond.
Nice.
So we have a huge problem.
Problem we said, I just said Radiba. Said your work can idea, Angovi, Chide Raziba, because Obey show papa. Abusia
developed. And we had to infect the other bank with the same culture, which was almost impossible to do. They wouldn't change. Or UT4 was suspicious of the BPI staff. The BPI staff were also suspicious. It used to be us and them all alone. And I tried hard to merge the two so we have one culture. What was in the case was that we also had, because we didn't have bankers, not bankers.
Okay.
So then we had to actually recruit bankers from almost all the other banks. Some came from Access Bank, UBA, Stanchart, wherever. Okay. And when they came, because they were top bankers, they were sitting on top of all the departments. So all of a sudden there's a gap between me and my normal staff, because they came in between with their cultures. You understand what I'm saying? To want to own culture, not ever share culture and spoil the culture. And then, of course, because we had also changed the processes first, and now with this kind of amount for this time we have to do relationship banking and a whole lot of things, which is not the same. So, long story short, what happened was that the clients started defaulting on Tiescano. And some of the staff will collude with the staff with the client.
Oh yeah,
I know someone. What about also be a few who they kind of who craft if you are friends or maybe this kind of boss. I said, "Sky the over to here into there. Man can crab now there na fight and all sort of things that happened."
And your workers now,
the workers, but the workers, staff colluding with the. And then we also had problems with the energy sector because the government wasn't paying the foreign component and all sort of things, and we were doing collateral management and all sort of. So the net effect is that we started making serious losses. So we couldn't pay dividend in 2014, and then 2015 it was even worse. Bank of Ghana asked us to write off some loans. We write off, virtually the bank has to recapitalize. But we did, and we put together restructuring plan for the bank to capitalize it, to improve on the collections, to get cheaper deposits, to have a look at the risk management and all sort of things. And we shared it with Bank of Ghana that this is what we're going to do. So part of it was that we had to find more capital.
Okay.
And we were talking to Bank of Ghana about it. Now, so when this government came to be, well, we had already started the negotiations with the bank, and we're seeing them all the time. We had firmed up a reconstruction plan.
A year government?
AMPP.
Okay.
AMPP government.
Okay.
So I personally was surprised that they took a decision to just close the bank without even informing us.
Because just like that?
Because bank here closing the same nearby, I was saying, watch it, I mean, so the issue is, whilst we're discussing with Bank of Ghana, at some point they had decided that they will not go on with the discussion, and they were going to close the bank. But they didn't make it known to us. The way the bank was closed, I'm sure people you heard about it. And Opahemachi, before 6, not police for any media for call ama yebubu UT signages into senior Bosumbia Yachin Serbia Akofo Obiri. And that's not the way to close it. And that is what happened. Now incident is interesting enough. Nambo me kukron to me. Weekend as normal. Me saw permanent me sorry by 7:30. Maybe my buffer my very CNN kakra. And this is started 6 o'clock. So the news was everywhere. So then it was when I put on my phone and who said,
calls.
I have about 60 something calls. I read. Then I called my daughter and said, why is the whole world looking for me? No, I say, maintain news. I'm saying, sorry. No, I say, listen to any station. Now, government has taken over UT Bank. So, true, I turned on the radio and it was the main news item. So I dressed up and drove to Accra to come and meet Bank of Ghana for say why that action and what do they have. Based in there, rather, I was taken to court for investigation at Yoko, and then they took my passport, and then they processed my documents for court, and I'm in court.
I see how that's all.
That's what court Tuesday, make a court.
Wow. And then the double and say yes, so best friend. NMA or bank no cry a collapse here.
Mainly hard facts, but it's interesting because these are so-called Akyem people, and I'm an Akyem man, and I was friends with all of them. So for them to come to power and do what they did without even consulting the Kofi Bertrand, say, "Looks like your bank is going bad," and whatever. What you say, personal hatred or an agenda to have their own against me for whatever it is that I did. That is quite obvious.
Mampam also untie so dogo binwabem Mampam also untie nani amuka nyina guna swati mube swara Mampam also untie mube swara Mampam also untie. Once upon a time, animal called Mampam. Any king where them go bring him. Mampam said that king know the force. Iga was a king. Mampam said he know the force. Elephant come. Mampam some better than you. the peaceful creature panda. Mampam said I want to know the first lion became a king. Mampam said I want be the worst ever. Monso me, Mampam now become a king. All the crawling animals, everybody become minister. Ya ton ya color TV, ya dibia so sort of black and white. Oh my equality, oh my attitude upon some cry. Oh my anima Chinese yo, oh my so. Paso auntie, so dogo bin wabim. Paso yo, nani amuka nye buna swati, mube sware u. Mampam, paso auntie, mube sware su. Mampam, paso yo. Mampam wetete se. Omani su onedi ojineni na ojaru wewiemu no no jonso ajane na bia su wewiemu mampa mu abobosia chanu ohini bia watuna kunya no so pen ye hu ni odeye amim sam ni akasi sam kwa ya to ayanto yet your maimu tisa mafrafo areho sakio tujini oje tuono na odi tuono yeah. So dogo binu abemu na mampam no so ntiye no so dogo binu abemu mube sware u Mampam, Osante, Babylon, Swantino, Ehonetaya, Yetin, Suno, Emraya Kaizayon, Yakaizayon, Sambra Bejiane, no host to continue so Ehonedian Semco, Sensenia, never day at 20 Jejum. Anana for as I say so.